Okay, so we got Wild Side by Motley Crue, and that is going to be your shorts for today, which I just did, and you can go ahead and look. We just had an earthquake. I think it was right under 4, in about 20 miles from us. I woke this morning from Astro in an electric state, meaning my whole body was electrified, pulsing with electricity. So we're definitely shifting and downgrading and uploading. So if you're feeling weird, that's what's going on. And that's why I'm later today. But don't get fixed on times, because I do it when I'm supposed to do it, not when I want to do anything. We got Wildcats Northwestern. We took care of that Northwestern thing that we had to do. I feel very electric right now. I want to show you some of this beautiful, beautiful stuff that's here real quick. We've got that cactus bloomed. Everything is just in full bloom. I've got these flowers that sparked on this cactus. 3 of them significant. The roses, the geraniums, the aloe. Okay, I know you guys love looking at my flowers. I mean electrified. My whole body, I couldn't even move. Okay, and the nice sunflower coming in with this buddy. And I'm not sure what they call these guys. There's Holy still hanging in there. And we've got more of these flowers. That's the second batch. The first batch is gone. That's the second batch. And then we still got our pretty tree growing. So I really can't explain how much of electricity was running through my body. I've had it bad before, but this one, I couldn't even hardly move. So if you guys are feeling weird, there's definitely a reason for it. And with the earthquake too. Yep, with the earthquake too, you know something's going on. Okay, let's go ahead. We need strength. We need inner strength to get through this wild time. We need courage. Strength card is the prominent card. Have moral integrity. Balance out your fear and your emotion. If you were in an earthquake, it could be fearful. If your body was on fire, if your body was full of electricity, you might need to have a lot of faith. So balance your fear and your emotions. If I would have did my video earlier, I couldn't have. See, I couldn't have. There was just no way. We were being electrocuted. Now, what does that mean? It just means that your body is being activated for the next assignment, for the next stage. We just crossed out, got rid of the Northwestern. Remember I said we went from Maine to Des Moines to Aberdeen, Washington. This is Wildcats from Washington. They thought they were pretty wild and we tamed them. They are house cats now. Okay, so all the tornadoes in the last 3 days. We're going to quick go say hi to Jake because he's here to visit us. But then we're going to go right back in. I'm on a live call, so I'm going to just say hi to Jake here. And Susan. Hi, Jakey, how are you? Oh, you are so pretty. They will love to see you. So good to see you. We just had an earthquake in Moreno Valley, I think it was.
Oh, really?
At 8:47, he said, or 7:47. No, I didn't feel it, but I woke up this morning and my body was just like electric, like I stuck my finger in a socket. So I don't know what that was about. And then we just had an earthquake, so there might be some wild times coming. And that's why I was just explaining, keep yourself balanced in fear and faith. All right. Okay, we'll see. Maybe we'll get the big one. Nice and sunny out, you could never tell. Bye, honey. Love you. There's Jakey. He comes to visit me every day. And that's Susan, his nice mommy. Okay, so let's go back in here. They come by almost every day. Okay, so that's how you handle your neighbors. You don't have to get into it and say, I got electrified from Astro. You can just say, I woke up feeling like I stuck my finger in a light socket. I probably look like I stuck my finger in a light socket. But that's how I handle my neighbors, because I want to be truthful, but I don't want to get in over my head. So once again, you just kind of state the facts, and then if they want more information, you can give it to them. I know another neighbor I have, Pam, if you're on, we go into deeper conversations. Okay, so we have others are working besides the good guys. So we always have opposition. I've got death rituals, and I've got working with chaos. And that's not what I was feeling. I wasn't feeling it towards the enemy. But obviously, if we're taming the wildcats, there's going to be other wildcats that aren't too happy about it, right? So you're always going to have somebody or something in conflict with you, and they just want you to stay in your truth, the King of Swords, and stay in your love, which is the Page of Cups. But I'm drawn to the higher power up here, your higher self. Stay connected. I'm drawn to how his hair is blowing up to the higher self and saying, you know what? You can help me down here in this physical avatar. So help us. Okay? And stay in truth. Like I said with my neighbor, I just state the facts. The two facts were the earthquake and the electromagnetic pulses that were running through my body. I mentioned it to her. I keep her in the loop, but then I leave it. Okay? Now we want to go on to, we do have at the end of the shorts, we have the death card again, which is a new beginning, and the wild card. So you want to travel on the wild side like Motley Crue, but as he says in his last words, I carry my crucifix, right? So meaning carry your guards with you, but we're going into a whole new wild transition and ending to a new beginning. And what's wild is I don't script these cards. We were playing that song last night. That's what we were doing, and I love the motorcycles in that song. We were doing it to it, but you know what? I didn't script any of these cards, and that's exactly the ending. Now the middle here I wanted to go over is make a wish. And most of you are wishing for love. So we've got the King of Cups, someone that wears his heart on his sleeve, that is stable, that carries both cups. And use your intuition, the High Priestess. We want to stay focused. We want to keep our intuition high and know what to do. So what did I do? Instead of forcing my will and doing my reading this morning, even though I couldn't, you just let it ride out. There's no time. So you don't say, I have to be somewhere at a certain time. Unless you're in the matrix. If you're at a matrix job or are you doing matrix appointments, then of course you have to be there at that time. But otherwise, we don't go by that. We don't go by time. I'm drawn to the purple, and it says make a wish. And then we've got the Ten of Wands, which ends it. Okay, so again, it's all about endings. I said we ended the Northwestern Wildcat mission. We jammed out with our motorcycles to Motley Crue, Wild Side. This video is about wild times coming now. Now, for the people in the tornado zone, this video is just continuing because you've already had a lot of wild times. So that's a good example of, I feel, what's coming next everywhere. So if you're by a volcano, if you're by tornadoes, if you're by fires, and you even could experience earthquakes. You could even experience things that don't normally happen around you happening. Because what does wild mean? Wild means out of the ordinary, doesn't it? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, and I left my incense burning outside here. We're going to go back and get that. Okay, now we're going to go in here and we're going to do a whole nother reading. Okay, and let me grab my deck here. And let's put you back up here. Yeah, and just like this video today, everything's kind of shifting and shaking and moving all around, and you're seeing all different stuff. People are interrupting us. Cooper and Diane walked by, but I didn't want to run across the street. But she has a doggie that I like to say hi to. Just everything's going really fast. Energy and really different, so who knows would be a good thing to say here. I've got courageous and daring on the bottom of this deck here. We're going to go ahead and shuffle the Mage Tarot deck and see what we got going on here. Okay, let's do a couple of these shuffles. Something fell on the floor, so we'll pick that up. That wants to be the main energy. We've got the Four of Cups, and this is my card where I say you have an idea and you need to bring it down to the table. Every card has a picture, right? And sometimes the pictures tell more than what the book says, right? Or the card meaning is, right? Whatever you want to use. But you have to read energy. That's what I do. You don't have to. I do. I have to read the energy. So the energy tells me that you got a smoking idea. And I'm drawn to all the smoke. It's a smoking idea. Well, they're saying to use that intuition with the High Priestess and do it. Okay, so that's good. And then at the bottom now, after we shuffled, it's probably to do with love, because this is the Ace of Cups and we had the King of Cups, right? So the Ace of Cups, the King of Cups, bring it on up out of the water. I told you he's got 2 cups. Well, bring it up out of the water. Use that smoking idea. I see the smoke around here too. I'm feeling fires. There may be some fires somewhere because I'm getting a lot of smoke. I'm not getting smoke and mirrors off of the wild card Magician. I'm getting a lot of smoke, so maybe a fire somewhere. But that's a different energy. That's talking about when I said things are going to be happening. Fires seem to be what's coming through. But this idea is smoking. Wasn't that a Jim Carrey line? Smoking. Maybe in the movie Mask. That was a good movie. If somebody wants to watch a movie, Mask with Jim Carrey. Okay, and then the Tower. Yep, and there's the fire. So that was spot on what I was feeling. Absolutely 100% fire coming to your town. And don't let the fear outweigh the faith. Okay, and then it may make you have to leave. the Six of Swords, it may have you leave. I'm also drawn to both waters. So in order for this love to come up out of the water, Aquaman, which are another great movies if you haven't seen them from Marvel, Aquaman has to bring that cup out of the water for his mermaid and journey towards her. And I'm sure there's smoke back here too. I can't see it, but I feel it. So there's probably a tower happening that's going to cause you to have to move. And I'm getting two energies. I'm getting one energy is because this King of Cups comes in with this smoking idea. And the other one, and that was your wish coming true. And the other energy I'm getting is the Death card and the Ten of Wands. It's time to leave wherever you're at, move forward because a tower has hit or is going to hit. Okay, so get out before you get trapped is what I just heard. Get out before shit really hits the fan, because you always get a warning, just like the earthquake. You usually always get a warning of some type. Before it rains, it usually gets cloudy or dark. Not always get a warning, of course. If there's an arson around, of course you're not going to have no warning, but you get my point. My point is that heed if you got something that's telling you to get the hell out. Just like Ryan, I watch him on the live Storm Chasers, and he tells people to get in their safe zone before the tornado comes. Heed your warning. Okay, because judgment is going on. Yeah, so that makes sense. The tower is happening because judgment, God is stepping in and really putting it to them. And I told you our mission was done. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's because you don't follow me daily. If you follow me daily, you follow the energy, you know exactly what I'm talking about when I say our Wildcats Northwestern mission completed. Awesome. That's probably why I got electrified, because I'm going to this new mission that is Judgment Tower. Those are huge cards. So your idea is smoking, Mr. King of Cups. And I just got a notification from Steve's Love Tarot saying that somebody, this King of Cups, might show up, and you might want to watch his Cancer reading that just came up on my notification. So he just did a Cancer reading, and it's all signs. Cancer is the main theme of the zodiac cycle right now, and as he says, he just puts the astrology names to it. You should watch all of them. I don't do astrology. I'm past astrology. I just read the energy. So there's your tower, there's your judgment, and then we have the in and out energy of the Ace of Questing, where yes, it's definitely going to happen, what I'm saying, but things are in and out. So you may get a 4.0 earthquake today, and then it waits a little bit, and then you get a 6.0 tomorrow. Okay, whatever. It's an in and out energy. Your smoking idea is in and out. You keep second guessing yourself. They don't want you to second guess yourself. They want you to do this. Yesterday we had take the risk, make the move, take the leap of faith. It was like, go for it, go for it. Well, that's what they're saying here, to go for it. And then with my Page of Pentacles, you're still, to me, you're still looking into it too much, and you're putting too much, you know the results, and that's got to stop. You got to have more faith and just do things, just take the risk. I always say, keep saying yes until God makes it no. So you have a phone number you want to call it. Don't think that you know the results of that phone call. Okay, then we've got the Light Seers, and another one fell on the floor, and it's a 7 of Cups, so you've got lots of options. You're confused right now, but you have lots of options, And then we're going to go ahead and shuffle these up. What are all your options? Let's see if we can get some advice on the options. You've got smoking ideas. Keep your faith and your fear balanced. These are wild times, okay? And we've got the Hanged Man. So get a new perspective. And that's what I was just saying, that quit thinking you know the results. Just go ahead and take the risk and do it and leave the results to God. Say yes until God makes it no. And we've got a new perspective on things. So, like I said yesterday, even if your house got blown up in a tornado, you can still have a new perspective and think, okay, well, now I'm alive. I didn't get hurt. I can just move into that new house like I always wanted to. I can do the Six of Swords energy and just move forward to the place I want to go. You have to leave your house. Stay grateful because there's a reason for it. I've told you over and over again in these videos that we're moving, we're doing things because of our assignment. People are certain grid workers and ley line holders and earth angels, etc. And you all have certain jobs you have to do, and these jobs require you to be at certain places. And you've been at your house for 30 years and you ain't moving. Well, a tornado or a fire or an earthquake comes through, you're moving. You could have just moved easy, but now you have to move the hard way. That's been coming up over and over and over again. Now you have to move the hard way. What did I just say? King of Pentacles in reverse. You could have had it the easy way and done it professionally right, but instead you kept putting it off, and now you're in a chaotic state of instability. Yep. So I can't say nothing, but you have to listen because God will not be mocked. And that's the truth, the King of Swords. So we're right back to the King of Swords right here, King of Swords, where I said, make sure that you use your higher power and you listen to your higher power more than you listen to yourself. That's also the intuition card. And then I also have a motivation card to get busy, get going. And I'm drawn to the bird. He's not screaming in your ear. He's just sitting there waiting for you to get up off your butt, get motivated, and take that smoking idea and put it into play. Okay, I want to thank everybody that got the t-shirt Wildcats, because y'all got one, that were on this awesome assignment in Astro. So good. There's still minions running around. They're still trying to do their thing, right? They're still trying, but I think that's why we got electrocuted, because they're still trying to create conflict. That's not going to end till it ends, okay? It's not over till it's over, but that's why we keep getting armored up. Okay, so another good band, Armored Saint. Okay, you got movies and songs to look up. I want to thank everybody for listening. I am Miss Mystic.